What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm going to start this episode in a second. I'm just... were you just leaving?
I was just about to take off.
Yeah, I think you were just about to leave, right?
Okay. I'm going to leave.
Right. Okay. But, I mean, no. I mean, you... Oh, fuck. We just broke the chair. God damn it.
Damn it.
That's another one. This is the
I got it.
third fucking chair. Good. Good stuff.
The leg is sprawled out. Show him.
Everyone who's watching on YouTube, that's what this fucking...
The leg is horizontal.
These chairs aren't cheap either.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave.
Now you're going to leave me?
Good luck on the podcast.
God damn it. What's up, guys? How's it going? It's October 24th. Welcome back to Insanely Chill. It is hot as fucking balls in LA right now. It's as hot as the inside of my own ass. That's how fucking hot it is. We were driving down the 405 today. It was 111 degrees in October. What the fuck? I would have moved to Phoenix if I wanted this bullshit. 111 degrees. It's insane. You just can't escape it, you know? You can't. The thing about the cold weather is you can bundle up nicely in some sort of parka, down jacket perhaps. By the way, my parents own like every single down jacket that has ever existed. It's hilarious. It's their obsession. My dad was telling me. They go places, like they travel around and they buy all the newest brands of, all the most exotic brands of down jackets. I'm talking like the poofy ones. You know those shits? Makes you look like you're wearing like an avalanche exercise or avalanche rescue vest that you inflate when you get stuck in an avalanche. Makes you look like that. Just like a lot of air in there. They love those. They rock them all the time, and they fucking pull them off too. They look good as shit in them. I don't get it. They're like the only people that can rock down jackets. It's like, active people. I feel like they're the only ones that can do that. Because you look at them and you're like, oh, obviously you need that shit for your, when you, I don't know, summit Kilimanjaro or whatever the fuck you're about to do. Seriously, they go around and they buy down jackets in different places. My dad was telling me he was all stoked about one that they got over the past couple weeks in like Switzerland or something. And it was like a shit ton of money. And he was all stoked on it. And I was like, honestly, I wish I loved anything as much as you love down jackets. And I know you guys are listening too. I know that you are, because my parents texted me. My mom texted me after the last episode. You know how I went on that long monologue about how we spent an hour and a half at MEC? Probably because they were looking at all the down jackets in MEC. My mom texted me and just goes, "So you didn't like MEC?" with like a wry face, you know that emoji, the one that's like, that one. And I was like, no, I did enjoy it. I just thought it was funny. I just thought I just pulled up and posted up in a fucking camping chair for an hour and a half while you guys compared all the newest down jackets. Love you guys. I know you're watching, and I love you, and I'm glad that you stay warm in the down jackets. But let me tell you something: you couldn't wear that shit here right now. No way. It is so goddamn hot. What is it? You know what it is? It's global warming. Probably. Maybe. Or maybe just a heat wave. I don't know. Maybe global warming isn't real. Huh? Maybe it's a fucking hoax. Maybe I'm Alex Jones. Who can really say for sure? I'm drinking Diet Mountain Dew, and I'm wearing a green shirt. This is the green episode. This is, I just decided to go for the toxic waste aesthetic for this episode. If you're watching on YouTube, you can probably tell. Got the Diet Mountain Dew here, green shirt on. Why am I drinking Diet Mountain Dew? Not really sure. Someone decided to buy that a case of it as a mixer for this weekend's, drinking activities, and so it was just laying there, and I was like, you know what? I haven't fucking had a Diet Mountain Dew in a while. I feel like I haven't had a stomach ulcer in a long time. I'm gonna go ahead and crack open a can of the good stuff, the Dew. I bet you real Mountain Dew tastes nothing like the soda. Do you think that's how someone came up with Mountain Dew? I bet you... Probably not. But I'm just imagining this scenario of the dude who had the job to name the soda Mountain Dew. They're like, all right, listen, we got this new toxic green soda, and we're looking for a solid name for this fucking product. We want you to go out on a little mountain escape and really meditate, think of a great name. And this guy, so he goes on a fucking retreat, and he wakes up. He's in this tiny little cabin. I'm just picturing him just sitting there like a monk, you know, on top of some fucking mountain. And the sun is rising, the birds are chirping, and he awakens from his meditation. He still doesn't have the right answer. He knows he's gotten a couple. You know, a couple of names have come to him, Jizz, Apple Jizz. That was one that he thought of, Apple Jizz. But he was like, nah, it doesn't quite have the right ring to it. Not the most family-friendly name. And so he went on a little hike. And as he walked down the trail, he noticed there had been a light rain overnight. A lot of condensation, perhaps, on the leaves. And he went up to one and he just went like this. And he lapped up a little drop of dew. And it tasted like shit. Tasted like absolute garbage. Tasted like pollution. And he goes, this is it. This makes so much sense. We got a toxic green drink here. This Mountain Dew tastes like fucking pollution because of the state of our earth right now. Mountain Dew. And so he went and pitched it. And they loved it. So they named the soda Mountain Dew, and then they fired him. Because they were like, I can't believe that you actually ate dew off a leaf. That's the story of Mountain Dew, everyone. I got fucking... I guess I got... This shit's so funny, man. I love when I get like tweets and stuff like that. I got a bunch of like DMs and tweets yesterday that was like, yo, this dude Taylor Caniff mentioned you in his video. It's so funny. I watched this shit, man, and it's like... I never get mentioned in videos. I want to get mentioned more often. You know, I want to get fucking, I want people to like make fun of me and shit, but nobody ever does on YouTube because it's, you know, it's like the best fodder for new content. It's, you know, Rice Gum, all these dudes are the kings of this shit. As soon as someone says anything about them, they take that clip and they make a 10-minute video of them like reacting to it or whatever. And I'm like, I want to fucking do that shit. I want to tear some people apart. So finally, this dude Taylor Caniff mentioned me in one of his fucking videos. It's I got all these tweets that were like, yo, he mentioned you. Well, not a lot. I got like 3. And I was just stoked because I was like, fuck it, finally someone mentioned me. And like good or bad, I don't give a shit. Just talk about me in your videos, you know? I'm a vain son of a bitch. I want to see that shit happening. I want my ears to burn. So I went and watched the video, and it's him like complain. I didn't even watch the whole thing. I honestly fast forwarded, and I was watching it at like a restaurant or something. But he was like complaining about. He's talking about like why he kicked Corinna out of his apartment. Corinna, if you guys don't know her, is she's in a lot of David Dobrik's vlogs, and now she's a YouTuber. Nice girl. She's a friend. I made a video with her one time. And like I was like, I want to react to your Instagram comments because she had some funny ones, but I want you to be in. And she was like, okay, come over. And so I went over to her house, we shot a video, and then I left. And apparently that she was living with Taylor Caniff. He was her roommate. He wasn't even home. And because of that, he freaked the fuck out and kicked her out of his place or something. And now she doesn't live with him. I guess the video was him explaining that situation. And so he mentioned me. He was like, I was basically the reason, I guess, about why why he kicked her out, which is like pretty fucking stupid, dude. And he was like, you know what? This is my apartment and it's my stuff, and you can't have random dudes over when I'm not home. And it's like, what? So kind of a weird. That's a little bit of a weird request, right? That seems a little bit high maintenance. What am I going to do? Touch your speakers, dude? Your apartment really wasn't that dope. There was like a couch and like 2 speakers. And we just went, shot the video, and then I left. And I ate some Chick-fil-A there. So I might have left some, like maybe like a Chick-fil-A sauce lying around. So if I did that, then I'm sorry. That shit would be annoying. I agree. I would kick out my roommate for that too. Hey, whose fucking Chick-fil-A sauce is this on the kitchen counter? Oh, what, you at your friends? Oh, cool. So you and a friend ate Chick-fil-A without me, and I wasn't here. Yeah? Well, guess what? Marcus, you're fucking out, dude. You're out. Yeah, that's right. Bag up your shit and get the fuck out. You do not eat Chick-fil-A with a friend when I'm not here. You know I love Chick-fil-A. I love it. And I want to eat it with you every time, even if you have friends over. It's funny, man. What about being married to Taylor Caniff is going to be like? Oh, boy. So anyways, that's my response. That's my response. It's really not a cool enough mention for me to go and make a whole entire video about, so I was like, maybe I'll discuss it on my podcast a little bit. Taylor. That's my response. Sorry for being at your apartment when you weren't there. And to Corinna, I'm sorry that you got kicked out for that. But honestly, it was worth it. It was a good video, I think. I think it was funny. So, it didn't really affect me. So, but I'm still sorry. Sort of. It's funny because this is actually related. Fucking Jake Paul did this video. Do I even want to talk about this? Yeah, fuck it. I'll talk about it. Jake Paul did this video where he sits down. By the way, the last couple of videos I've clicked by him have been like 30 to 40 minutes long, which I was thinking, that's fucking insane. That's almost as long as these episodes. I think this shit's long. I'm like, I have a channel where I post hour-long videos, and that to me, it's like it's a long amount of time to watch or listen to something. That's why podcasts are long form. Jake Paul's vlogs are now long form vlogs. They're half an hour long. It's like watching an entire fucking episode of like an HBO show, except way, way shittier, and nothing happens, and there's no character development and everything. You're basically in pain the whole time. But 30 minutes. So the most recent one is 30 minutes, and like 15 minutes is him talking to the camera by himself about why rice gum sucks. And it's really, 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 it's a really shitty rant. It's just really like not structured. He didn't write anything beforehand because I'm guessing he really doesn't have time to like sit down and like plan things because he's just always filming and always moving and always screaming and doing shit and jumping around. So I think he just like was like, oh, well, I'm going to talk about rice gum. And he just like set up the camera and just like starts going into this verbal fucking diarrhea. He literally says the same thing like 19 times in a row. He like calls rice gum by his real name because I think he probably thinks that's some form of patronizing him, even though it was really just weird because no one calls him by his real name. And if anything, that just is a kind of a respectful thing to do. And then he calls him a bad person like 9 times, and I don't know. I couldn't really watch the whole thing, but now Rice Gum tweeted, and he's like, "Well, someone else roasted me. Time to do a response." And it's like, God, fucking just stop all this shit. Neither of you are good. You're not. Both of you are bad, and so just forget it. Everyone already talks shit about you guys. You guys don't need to. We got it covered. You know what I'm saying? We've got it totally covered. You guys don't need to talk shit about each other because we're already doing that for you. We got it from here, guys. We got it. Me and everybody else in the world. we can do that. We can talk shit about you. Actually, let us have that. It's actually not even fun when you guys make fun of each other because both of you suck. So can't wait to fucking see Rice Gum's response. Rice Gum's... Jake Paul's videos, it's like I can watch them and sit through them, and they're funny to me how bad they are. Rice gums are even past that point. They're so bad. They're not. It's like they make me cringe. So I can't even watch them for comedic purposes, for commentary purposes. So, yeah, it's funny. Anyways, so Taylor Caniff, fuck you. No, I'm just messing around. Let's see here. Okay, here. Yeah. So new podcast alert. I'm sure you guys have heard. Maybe if you don't, if you just listen to this and you don't watch my YouTube channel or anything, or you don't listen to the weekend editions, I posted a new weekend edition this weekend with Noel. If you watch on YouTube, and you didn't see it, it's because I accidentally posted it to my main channel like a fucking idiot. I swear to God, it was an accident. Now I left it up because it was like, well, it's actually kind of good promotion. But at the time I uploaded it, this shit takes forever for me to upload. First of all, exporting a podcast video on my MacBook takes about an hour and 45 minutes to export. And then to upload it on my shitty fucking LA internet, it takes an hour and 15 minutes and then about 20 minutes to process. So the whole process is about 30 minutes for me to, for 3 hours, about 3 hours for me to upload the podcast to my Insanely Chill YouTube channel. And so I did that on Sunday. I woke up early, started the export process because I forgot to do it on Saturday night, and uploaded the video to my channel. And I did all the description. I did the thumbnail. I did everything. And then in the last second, I'm right about to leave. We were going to go do something. And I looked at the icon, and it was my icon for my main channel. And I was like, fucking God damn it. Oh no, this was after I made it public. So I had already posted it. And I looked at the views and I was like, what the this has a shit ton of views in the first 30 seconds. And then I realized I posted it to my main channel and I was like, you know what? Whatever. I left it. It was a legit accident. People were like, oh, very smart, Cody. Very, very smart. Accidentally uploading it to your main channel just in, by chance the same day that you come out with a new podcast that you're trying to promote. And to that I say, you are giving me way too much credit. I'm really not that smart. It was a complete accident, but it was a fortunate one because we ended up getting a lot of promotion for the new podcast. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Noel and I have a permanent podcast now. It's called the Tiny Meat Gang Podcast. Tiny Meat Gang Podcast. It's going to be once a week and with a bonus episode once a month. And so what it is, basically, it's a Patreon exclusive podcast. I'll tell you why we did this. So basically, if you donate $5 a month, then you get access to all of the episodes the day they go live, right? So every new episode will be on a Friday, and then basically we're going to post it a week or two after. We haven't exactly decided yet. It'll probably be a week later, but we're going to post it for free a week later. And I'll tell you why we did that. And the bonus episode too per month, that's only going to be for our Patreon contributors. I'll tell you why I did that, because we wanted to do something. We see a lot of things on Patreon that are working, right? There are a lot of podcasts on Patreon where people subscribe monthly and they have a solid user base and they make a decent income, right? Noel got laid off from his job and he's like been fucking applying for freelance coding jobs and stuff like that. And it's like, don't do that. Take this as an opportunity to focus on producing and directing. That's your talent, right? He's so talented doing that. The problem is it's hard to generate income that way, especially when you're starting, right? Whereas programming, it's a little bit easier. And to start a whole new podcast from scratch for free, we got to build up the audience again, and then we got to sell ads on top, which I'm already having trouble, doing that for this podcast. And so we see these podcasts that are generating a lot of income on Patreon, and so we decided to try that. The great thing about that is that it's instant validation. Basically, Noel now has the motivation to work on this full time because it's already generating a pretty good income for him. I think we're at $4,200 a month already in 2 days, which is insane. And first of all, I just want to say thank you to every single person who contributed. We're going to work really hard on it, and we hope that you enjoy. And it's amazing, $4,200 a month already. It's fucking amazing because this industry just makes you so jaded. It doesn't happen for everyone like it does for people you see. a lot, right? People like, I mean, this industry, I'm talking about Hollywood, which is now, I guess, the same as digital. It's the same as YouTube, the same as everything, right? You see these people blow the fuck up, and people come to them. And it's not to say they haven't worked hard or anything, but, you know, it just seems like they have a lot of, you know, they have a good team, or they got really, really lucky and they blow the fuck up, and then they get a whole bunch of opportunities and everything. But for the rest of us, it kind of seems sometimes like things take forever, nothing happens. And I know I've talked a lot about what it means, or the importance of staying patient, and I still believe that. But I also think that you can make strategic choices, and you can make opportunities for yourself, right? That's what I've always been about. I audition all the time. I haven't gotten anything in a year, and it's like, it starts to be like, what the fuck? You know, what the fuck? Why are you see some people getting everything, every single role they audition for, and it's like, why can't I get one single thing? I don't think I'm that bad, right? So what do? I pour energy into the stuff that I know is working for me, right? The YouTube channel, the podcast, whatever. So now I've been doing this podcast for almost a year. I'm still in negotiations with this company about ads. It's taking forever, and it's like, fuck it. If we can create good shit right now for you, why can't we get paid right away also? Why can't that be a mutually beneficial relationship between you and between me? And why can't this be good for all parties right away? And it can be with Patreon. And it is already. So I'm fucking happy, man. We got $4,200 a month in 2 days. That proves that this can be done. And it proves that, you know, even though staying patient is important, I think you can also, stuff like this can happen. You know, you can make stuff like this happen. You just got to make strategic decisions. Like I thought for a while, like, what should I do? Should I stop doing this podcast? Should I only do it once per week, or like limit the number of episodes I'm doing? Should I just have Noel on as a permanent co-host? And so we sat down. We thought the best way to do this would be to do a Patreon only exclusive podcast that, you know, people can still listen for free a little bit later if they want, but, you know, all of the benefits will come with a monthly subscription. So we hope that you enjoy the podcast. It's patreon.com/tinymeatgang if you want to contribute. And, you know, we're going to pimp the shit out of this podcast. We have a bunch of ideas. We're going to make it just dripping wet, baby. You got to wring these episodes out, because it's just going to be dripping with laughs. Dripping with that damp, soggy content, the stuff you like to see. I had Five Guys burgers and fries last night. That's the best burger. It's got to be the best burger, right? I can feel some of you motherfuckers nodding your heads right now, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I respect and appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. Five Guys burgers and fries is the best fucking burger, I'm pretty sure. It kicks In-N-Out's fucking ass. Absolutely. You know what? In-N-Out, okay, I'm gonna get a lot of people hating me for this one, but In-N-Out, it is overrated. It is. It 100% is. And I know why. I know what it is. It's just nostalgic for people that live in California. That's all it is. Because everyone went there growing up, and everyone hung out there in high school. You know, we were driving by one today, and Kelsey's like, oh, that's the one I used to hang out with, or hang out at after football games in high school. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. If you have a memory like that associated with a restaurant or something, you're just automatically biased to think it's dope as fuck. But when you take an unbiased view, when you sit a Five Guys burgers and fries burger next to an In-N-Out burger, right? Picture that in your head right now. Five Guys burgers and fries burger right next to an In-N-Out burger. When you objectively, the Five Guys one just looks better. You know what? Here's something that is weighing on my decision a little bit. Is I had, when we were coming back from when we were coming back from Big Sur, maybe something. I had a cheeseburger at In-N-Out and some fries, and Matt, my intern, he just gets, for some reason, he's got like the weirdest fucking eating habits. Matt, I know you're watching this. You got some weird eating habits. I mean, I know you do too. We talked about this, but he likes meat and carbs. It's like he's a big fan of just like meat and bread, basically. So what he does is he gets just beef, cheese, and just bread, and that's it. And so he got that, and I was looking at him eating that shit, and I was like, well, it's kind of cool, you know? You cut the fat from the burger. Well, no, there's a lot of fat in it. So I'm saying like, you know, figurative fat. Wait, I gotta turn the fucking Wi-Fi off. I forgot to do that like usual. Cut the fucking fat from the burger. Get the essentials. You know, you want to taste the meat. You want to taste the bread, and it's kind of like this might be how you decide whether or not it's truly a good burger. So what did I do? I went up there and I ordered a second burger because I'm a beast. I'm a fucking animal. How crazy is that? 2 burgers at In-N-Out in one sitting. Fucking hit me up, ladies. Just kidding, Kelsey. But it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. It was really bland. And I was like, this is just not that great. In-N-Out distracts you with the lettuce and the tomato. And like, I don't know. It just wasn't that good. And mind you, keep in mind, you can have a cheeseburger from McDonald's, which just has pickles on it. And it's like the best shit ever. The bread's dope. The meat is really good. And it's probably worse for you. It's probably not as fresh, but it just tastes better. So what do we got? We got Five Guys Burgers and Fries burger sitting next to an In-N-Out burger sitting next to a McDonald's burger. How do I rank these, you ask? This episode is called Burger Ranks. No, it's not. But it might be. Five Guys Burgers and Fries burger. I'm going to say that again because I stuttered. Five Guys Burgers and Fries burger. Then you got an In-N-Out burger. No, sorry. McDonald's and then In-N-Out, I think. I think that'd be how I rate it. Sorry if you're offended by that. No, I'm not. You can be offended by that. What else did I do this week? It was a good week last week. I did a lot of shit. Wednesday, what the fuck? What did we do Wednesday? Wednesday, posted this podcast. Anyways, Thursday we had a good studio session. We're cooking up some good music. Friday, I recorded the this weekend's weekend edition that I will be posting, and it's with Dan Folger, who is my good friend. He lives in Miami. He was Wiz Khalifa's full-time photographer, and has since quit doing that and now owns GLD, which is a jewelry company. So now he does like a bunch of like necklaces for rappers and stuff like that, and he sells a bunch of jewelry, and he's doing really well doing that. And he was dating a porn star for a long time. He's a definitely interesting dude. He owns a fucking jet ski. Me and Noel have talked about him on one of the weekend editions. So we interviewed him, and we just like got a whole bunch of crazy stories, and we were drinking beers and stuff like that. It was cool. So we recorded that, and then afterwards, you know, he's the type of dude where it's like he goes to the Gucci store and drops a whole bunch of cash, right? I don't know. I'm just not really that type of dude that would take out however many thousands of dollars and just go to the Gucci store and pay for like a shoes and cash. I don't know. I mean, it's not that it doesn't appeal to me. I think that would be cool. I just like, I don't really see, I don't know. Just seems like that much money should be digital. It's like, why wouldn't you just put that on your credit card? Get some points for it, right? Why buy it in cash? I don't know. So he's that type of dude, right? And I love him for it. But he comes over. He's got, I think he's probably got Gucci shoes on. He comes over with a Gucci backpack. His buddy's got a Gucci bag. So after we recorded the podcast, we're like standing around, and I think like Sam grabbed the Gucci backpack and was like just wearing it and was like, take a picture. And Dan was like, look inside. And so we opened the Gucci backpack, and inside was a Gucci fanny pack. I was like, is this real? Is this a joke? He's like, no, it's real. I just didn't know what to buy last time I went there, and I had a whole bunch of cash. So the guy was like, hey, well, how about this fanny pack? And he was like, that's pretty cool, and bought it. I was just like absolutely floored. I was like, you have that much money where a guy held up a Gucci fanny pack and you just bought it like it was a kind of a joke? Gucci fanny pack. I don't know. And so I pull it out because I'm like, take a picture with this shit because this is funny. And he goes, look inside. And I open it and there's like $5,000 of cash in there. It's like, Jesus, man. What are you doing? You're carrying around a Gucci fanny pack inside of a Gucci backpack, like some sort of Gucci Russian stacking doll. And inside that, the nucleus is $5,000 cash. Why? It just seems like this seems like the butt of a rap video joke or something. It's funny and it's also cool as shit at the same time. So mad respect to you, Dan, for carrying around $5,000 of cash. I've also never even held that much cash before in my entire life. It was pretty fucking sick. You know in rap videos where they're just like fanning it out just because there's so much in the stack that they can just fan it out forever. I was doing that. I was fanning it out pretty, and it was pretty dope. Honestly, it felt great. It felt good to be rich for a second. Maybe we can do that if the Patreon eventually becomes high enough. I'm just gonna start taking thousands of dollars out of the ATM and just flexing on the podcast listeners, just fanning it out into the mic so you can hear it. Just sounds like this. That's right, bitch. Hear that? It's the sound of money, dog. Yeah. So then that was Friday, recorded, had a lot of fun. Saturday was Devin's company, Cameo. They had a party on Saturday. It was a big pool party, a lot of fun. It was a really funny group of people, though, because, wait, I'm going to drink a little bit more Mountain Dew. Basically, there's a lot of really funny people on Cameo. Like, there's a lot of like wrestlers, and there's a lot of like huge bodybuilders and stuff like that. So they were all at the party. So it was like us and some other, I don't know, like Instagram people, and then like a group of like wrestlers and a group of like bodybuilders. One of the guys on there is a trainer. He's a fitness trainer. He's actually he's like the co-founder's fitness trainer. And so we really nice guy, super nice guy. But like very like motivational, like kind of it's like built into him that it just seemed like he really, I don't know, like I guess like liked being a trainer or something. He had a really interesting story too. I won't get into that, but I just had a funny interaction with him. Basically, he came up and he was like, good to meet you. It's me and Kelsey. And the co-founder was there as well, and he was like, you know, I am Steven's trainer, and so we and him work out every day. And Steven's lost 30 pounds, and you know he's in the gym every single morning, and he's giving it his all, which you know is all you can ask of someone, to give it their all. And one day he'll be like this, and he just like pulls up his shirt and flexes his abs, and his dude's got like 65 abs. Like it was insane. It looked like you know, Bryson Zion in Utah. Like so cavernous. It was just like cliff faces in his fucking abs. It was nuts. It looked like a fucking 3D, like it's like someone chiseled it with a chisel. And it was just like we were both like, oh fuck, you dude, you really just lifted up your shirt at this party talking about your client and how ripped he's gonna get, and then you just literally flexed on us. That's where that phrase came from. But you just literally did that. You know, I was just talking about flexing with the money and everything. It's all like figurative flexing. You really just actually literally flexed on us. You flexed on us. That's insane. We got flexed on. We got fucking flexed on. And then just like that, he put down his shirt and he was like, all right, guys, like, peace. I was like, did he really just, is that what he does at parties? You can do that? I'm just going to start wearing a shirt with my YouTube subscribers on, or like maybe just write it on my stomach and be like, yeah, what do you guys do? That's cool. I'm a YouTuber. Check it. Boom. Sorry, YouTube just got a pretty bad view of my stomach there. I apologize. And then, this party was in Bel Air, so we just so long, the drive, Bel Air. It takes forever to get a fucking Uber because they always get lost. And then once you're inside the Uber, they get lost. And it's just like sitting in an Uber on the weekend is one of my worst. It's one of my least favorite things of all time. I know I complain about a lot of shit on this podcast, but goddamn, I hate wasting time. I hate it. So when I'm sitting in an Uber and they're like, "Oh, sorry, we made a wrong turn," I'm like, God damn it, just do your fucking job. It's not that hard to not make a wrong turn. It's really not. I've made like 6 wrong turns in my entire life. That's not true, but it could be. It's just the most frustrating thing in the entire world. And it happened like 3 times this weekend. This dude just like didn't even speak a word of English. And he was like, "Sorry, my GPS isn't working." So we just started driving in the wrong direction, like 10 minutes. And we're like, "Dude, how is this a solution to your problem that you don't know where you're going?" So you just like start going. And sure enough, we went 10 minutes in the wrong direction, which makes a 40-minute cab ride 50 minutes, which is the most frustrating goddamn thing ever. I'm starting to get so sick of Uber. Then Sunday, so it was a pretty LA weekend, honestly, because Saturday we did that pool party in Bel Air, and then Sunday we went. I worked in the morning, did the podcast stuff and everything, and then we ended up going to Todd, Matt, David, and some other people were at Bungalow. So we went and we met them at Bungalow. And had a decent time, right? But Bungalow is like a really like kind of bougie bar in Santa Monica. A lot of douchey people go there. And then we went from there back here because we wanted to shoot something for the vlog that comes out. Matt's editing a new vlog, and it'll be out on the Cold World channel on Friday. So make sure you subscribe to that if you're not. Cold World, KOLD World. So we came back, we shot a little some, which who knows if that's funny. We were a couple of drinks deep by then. And then we took a cab to the Nice Guy, which apparently is like a really exclusive restaurant. I had no real idea what it was. One of the guys was just like, "Yeah, I know the owner, so he can get us a table." And I was like, "Okay, sure, it'll be fun. We'll go out for dinner, whatever." And we went out for dinner at this place, and I realized I'd been there before, and we couldn't sit down because we were wearing shorts or something the first time. So I walk into this place and it's like super, super sceney. You can tell everyone there like kind of thought they were meant to be in that restaurant. Like that's the only restaurant they eat at because it's like the one that's sceney enough for them. Like I fucking walked outside and Madison Beer came out of the restaurant. And I was like, okay, if she's eating here, yeah, that's a pretty good sign that it's like, I don't think Madison Beer ever goes to like Lemonade or like, I don't even know, like where's somewhere like Casa Linda is a Mexican spot I like. Like we had like risotto balls and it was like $300 or some shit. Pretty frustrating, honestly. It just doesn't really feel like that's not really my spot. It's not really my shit. I don't really like places that feel too pretentious, honestly. I don't. I like nice places, but not when I don't know. Not when you don't feel like good enough to be there. And then we went to Delilah's, which is the same deal. It's a jazz bar. It's really, really fucking hard to get into. And my friend knew the owner or something. So we went in and, it's just like everyone there is kind of just, everyone there like knows that there's somebody or thinks that there's somebody. It's hard to explain, but it's just like, I don't know. You could tell like people are like, yeah, we're the top of Hollywood. We're the Hollywood elite because we're sitting in this fucking jazz bar and it's like so pretentious. There's like a band playing really cool like jazz sort of like swing music, I guess, and it was good. It was really good and it was a lot of fun. It just, I don't know. Not really my style. I think I would rather go to like the Whaler or something, just dive bars. But you got to do that shit in LA sometimes. Yeah, guys. So, Tiny Meat Gang podcast. What else do I got for you today? I wanted to actually read some. I wanted to read some comments on the first post that we did on the Patreon. So basically, the first episode is up there already. This guy goes, I lowered my support for other creators so I could afford this fucking Audible cum. So hyped. Audible cum. Thanks, man. Fuck me up, TMG. Make a shirt with a cartoon cat sleeping, dreaming of the pussy that's a catnap. Oh, very good idea. What's the fandom name for TMG? Oh, another good question. I don't know, like little riblets, chicken chunks, chicken nuggets. I like riblets. Riblets is a great word. Spare ribs. How's all my riblets? How are all my riblets doing? I like that. What makes this podcast dope is that you have to have a certain level of intelligence to understand everything. Yeah. It's similar to Rick and Morty in that sense. Or iDubbbz videos. Can you guys each talk about your weirdest cameo requests? Oh, I had a request one time where it was like, show your feet. And I was like, fuck no, man. Absolutely not. All right, guys. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for listening. If you're still listening to this thus far, this has been the green episode, the toxic waste episode. Yeah. Follow the Twitter at insanely_chill. Contribute to the, if you want to hear the Tiny Meat Gang podcast, you got episode 1 up there already. It's patreon.com/tinymeatgang. And you can join some of the 650 people that have already pledged. Fucking love y'all. Appreciate you guys. Do I? Yes, I do. Guess what? Love you. Do I? Yes, actually, I do. Do I? Well, yes. Do I? And you can follow me on Instagram as @codyko. Follow me on Twitter as @codyko. Just past 500,000 followers on Twitter. What the fuck? That shit's nuts, man. 500,000. Appreciate you. Again, you guys rock. We're doing this together. We don't need fucking Hollywood. We don't need fucking agents, people. Okay? We can do this on our own. We got Patreon. We got Twitter. Whatever. And I'm gonna keep making for shit for you guys because I like it. All right? Have a good rest of your week. Keep it very real. Keep it locked. Keep it loaded. That's what I like to say. And we'll see you guys next week. Or we'll see you guys on Sunday. I'm going to have a weekend edition. This is going to be the one with Dan. We'll be up on Sunday. So I got to edit that a little bit. And then that'll be up. So I'll see you guys then. And goodbye. Miss you. Bye. Love you. Do I? No.